Okay, well, I think we are up and running. So welcome everybody to our class. This is part 2 of digital animation. The tool of choice is Adobe Flash, and I don't want you to worry about that because we have a solution. There's a lot of people who are concerned, why are we teaching Adobe Flash? Well, the thing that, just to give you a little background, in fact, let me tell you a little bit about me. I've taught Adobe Flash for years, and recently, in the relative recent past, you probably remember Steve Jobs making a comment about Adobe Flash and how it's slow, and well, HTML5 became very popular back then. And HTML5 is nice because it doesn't require a Flash runtime engine or the runtime module that you have to download and install. So that's a nice thing about Adobe HTML5 because browsers can do it, and CSS3 and so on. So everybody's wondering, why do you still teach Adobe Flash? Well, what we're doing is we're actually using the tool, the Adobe Flash tool, because it's one thing to have the Adobe Flash tool, and it's another thing to create the output that requires the Flash runtime. And we're not going to do that in this class. We're only going to use the tool, but we're going to output or publish HTML5 code with it. So we use the Adobe Flash, but we create browser independent output. Okay, so let me ask, does everybody understand what I just said? If you don't understand, or maybe on a scale of 1 to 5, why don't you go ahead and give me your 5 means I totally get what you just said. 1 means I'm really lost, and I want you to be honest just because I want everybody to be on the same page of what we're talking about, just so that nobody is upset that we're teaching Flash. Okay, so let me give a little bit more information to those of you who aren't totally sure what I'm talking about. So I'm sharing my screen, so I'm going to start up Adobe Flash, and you can do that by hitting Command on your Mac. You can do Command space and type in Flash. Does everybody have Flash CC installed? If you don't have it installed, you need to install it. For those of you who don't have it installed, do you know how to get it? Do you know how to download it? I don't want you to download it from Adobe's website. We actually have our own link for that. We have our own link for the download. I don't want you to download the trial version on their website. So make sure if you haven't downloaded it yet, make sure you use the school link. Does everybody have that link? Okay, so it sounds like Miranda and Phil need it. So let me see if I can grab the announcement where I posted this before in my other class. And here it is. What I'll do is I'll post the same information to our class just so that everybody has it. You'll get the email here in just a second. That way, if you want to start downloading it now, you can. Whoops, wrong. That was a mistake. Oh, give me a second. I'll try to be fast. Anyways, for those of you who are not sure what I'm talking about, the Adobe Flash tool has the ability to output publish a different file format for its animations. One is .swf, which is dependent upon the Adobe Flash runtime to be installed and running. Whereas, here it is right there. That's funny, I pasted the wrong one. This is it. So the Adobe Flash tool has the ability to output both a file format of its output called SWF, which is completely dependent upon the Flash runtime program being installed on the computer. If you don't have that, then you can't run the SWF file. So the two have to go together. But Adobe Flash now has allowed you to, instead of creating just the SWF file format, you can now create file format which is HTML5, JavaScript, and also CSS. So in this class, we're going to do that one, that file format. So let me do this again, just so that you guys can start using it. Let's see. That'll resend itself. So, okay, check your email here in just a few minutes. That'll send it. That'll post to email for those of you in that section, and those who are in this section, this will go immediately. This will go immediately. There we go. Okay, go ahead and start downloading that. Make sure you have that. All right, so briefly what the class is about is part 2 of learning animation. And in this class, we're going to learn something called storyboarding for your animation. And then also we're going to get into some other parts of animating, such as using scenes. We touched on scenes before in the first class, but this one we'll focus on some more. Movie clips, we talked about those in our first class. Masks, and a mask is like you're peering into something like a visual port to look at your image, and you can move the mask around. Compound objects to create animated buttons, graphics, cartoons, and interfaces. An emphasis is placed on applying and mastering the principles of traditional animation using the basic Flash tool set. All right, so double check your, I posted earlier today that we were going to get some updates to our class, updated to Adobe Flash CC, and if you check your class now, you'll see that the I've put in there the assignment here. So this week the assignment is well, obviously it's a part of the mod, but during this mod we will be designing and creating a self-promo piece to show off items of your portfolio using your animation skills. So your finished product will include separate scenes of movie clip animations, such as customized tweens and animated masks, compound objects and symbols, animated buttons, graphics, cartoons, and the integration of audio and video, all using an interactive interface. And then there I make a mention about how you need to use the HTML5 canvas format and not the ActionScript 3.0. So the assignment is for you to just storyboard your animated portfolio. All right, so Kim just asked why the other week's locked. Well, Kim, did you get the email from me earlier this morning about how we have, we're taking some time to update weeks 2, 3, and 4 to be updated to using Adobe Flash CC. There's some references to the CS6 textbook that we're removing. So the Associate Dean is working on updating that. Is my screen not showing right now? Oh, really? Huh. Oh, maybe I'm sharing the wrong screen. Stop share. Share screen. Is that working? Huh. My screen's not sharing. Can you see it now? Share screen. Let me stop my camera. Okay, I'm going to have to, let me stop the recording.